The notion of breeders assumes for all pigeon fanciers at least two of the three classic criteria: origin, physical qualities, sporting results. Everyone knows how essential the name plays in the minds of most fans. This more or less deserved name, we will see it in this video. Every year, you have to look for the best pigeons for breeding, how to choose and select his breeding male and female pigeons, how to proceed, and according to what selection criteria. The study of the pigeon and its family is very useful, not only to fix the choice of the heads of line, but especially to determine the choice of the mate. Thanks to this study, you will increase your chances of success to find good breeding pigeons. First of all, look in a family for very good pigeons. The search for extra birds of lines known to other pigeon fanciers is of course to be considered, but a good solution is to set up a breeding pigeon loft by looking among its best carrier pigeons, and also and above all among its best youngsters. The aim of the annual selection could be the following: to choose his breeders at the time of the annual sorting, and then to fill the empty compartments of a loft for the widowers. And for travel to find good breeders, you first have to look in a family for very good pigeons, and as pigeon from a very average family will have little chance of becoming a basic pigeon, because it is a bit of luck or chance that he received his gifts who has never known a super pigeon in the traveling loft, who came from parents, brothers, sisters long removed from the lofts because of a really lower yielding line, and who turned out to be an extra traveler past a breeding. He never gave a single remarkable pigeon. Why? Because he was a good pigeon by chance from a family of medium pigeons, but unable to pass that on. There is therefore no need to waste time in the breeding loft with unique pigeons, and without known large yielding families. It is in the good pigeons, among the good origins, and only there that it is necessary to look. This does not mean that a pigeon of great origin will necessarily be a good breeder. The only way to find out is to bring this pigeon of good origin into production and test the result. A good breeder is one who gives good young, and this also with different partners. It is also in the interest of the fancier to breed with each good pigeon of these good lines insofar as he presents all the visible aptitudes as well, and to play them, you have to be able to breed 2 young per nest. So with a little luck, one of the 2 could be good, and quite often it is the one of the opposite sex of the pigeon that you want to test as a breeder. That this will happen. The first test nest can be disappointing at the competition, but these same pigeons can often also in turn give them back very good young grandsons or second generation. Sometimes the second nest will give complete satisfaction to the competition. The age of the female will also play a lot. Fairly young female desired from a very good family and very solid. The age of the father is less important, but a good widower can often need a year without competition to start giving good young. Rest required. The first year can be disappointing, but in the second year of reproduction it must express itself through the young. The first eggs from the first nest of a new pair are often the best that the pair will give, so it would be better to change the pair the following year or after 3 nests, for example, with passage of eggs to foster parents. It is also necessary to remember not to end up with too many pigeons to test and young offspring. This is why 2 years maximum plus 1 year of rest must be sufficient to know the value of each partner tested. If we are lucky that the 2 young of the couple are extra each time, we can keep the couple, or if necessary, put the original female back after other tests. If only one of the pigeons is of quality, it is necessary to refer to the sex and type of the most similar parent. This one could be designated as the one having been the most genetically influential. A good male breeder will more easily give a good breed or daughter, who in turn will give back good males. But this is not a generality for all. That if an extra young pigeon from a pair strongly resembles its sire, and that in a pair be it as the reverse extra male squab resembling its mother, we can assume that the male father A and the female mother B could give an extra couple. If we discover a good breeding pair and admit that these pigeons are still for competitions, then we'll have to stop playing them to avoid any risk. The best travelers are not necessarily the best breeders, but their second-generation grandchildren can be extra. It is necessary to be able to be sure of it before removing or losing in the competition a good potential breeder. This must be taken into account in the search for future breeding pigeons. In order to produce good breeders, then pigeons of good and known origin are needed. We want to obtain offspring which above all equal or surpass the performance of our chosen breeders, what are the selection criteria to apply to know your pigeons and their abilities? First of all, we have to study this basic pigeon. We will try to know his dominant qualities, which make him the good racer. Study of prize list and flight conditions thereafter. He must have good plumage, good wing, good muscule, great vitality. And then there must be better performances carried out in the rain, in the midst, or during a disaster. Then it must also have better performances in good weather, in headwinds, proof of resistance. We must try to know certain physical or moral qualities in each pigeon. We have to do it on each pigeon, but also on the whole line, to get precise notes on the family and on what is transmitted or not. Then, when the dominant qualities become family qualities, then there is a better chance of success. When the qualities are unique to a single pigeon, the odds decrease. Physical qualities are transmitted more easily than moral qualities. For the first, one's quality of the feather, flexibility of the wing and muscles are easily transmitted, that of health less easily. For seconds, faculty of orientation, will perseverance are quite transmissible. You should also know that too many muscles weigh down the pigeon, that too many feathers give the impression of a beautiful plumage, but slow down the flight too much by it sometimes generates a great irregularity. Easy loss. Sports results are solid. If we really want to progress, we make a line on the result of 1 price by 8 or 1 by 10. Anything further does not count. So we have a real idea of the value of the pigeon. Usually these are pigeons that have won their grain and are affected by retirement age. The study of the pigeon and its family is very useful, not only to fix the choice of the heads of line, but especially to determine the choice of the mate. Thanks to this study, you will increase your chances of success. Remember, however, that only the results will be of real value. A good breeder is only one who gives good offspring. To conclude, it is necessary to look in the good and know lines the good reproducers. It is also necessary to know his pigeons and their family, as well as their own aptitudes. Is essential. Origins and sporting qualities should guide us to mate.